Look upon and gaze on the salvation, the savior of shell farming in Etheria Restart. The Dream Baa is finally here.
Serious?
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to this channel, and we need to be talking about the Dream Baa that was added here, the change to the economy of Etheria Restart, at least the change so far. If you saw the dev interview, the meetup, the reaction to a lot of the questions from some of the community members, some of the content creators who were allowed to join the dev team, Jack there, and the CM, the community manager as well. And a lot of the questions were about the economy resources in this game.
The biggest thing for me, besides the skill priority, is definitely going to be the in-game economy.
It feels like I have to use every little resource just to be able to do some of the PvE content, and then you have
one of the things that wasn't directly pushed back against, like module costs and module drop rates and shell drop rates. One of the things that was asked, though, was the amount of currency that players received for shells when it comes to just farming the stages or recycling shells and gaining the training data that is used to both upgrade shells or change the substats of shells. And the answer to can we just get more of that was, well, we can't just, or don't want to, I guess, just directly increase the amount of resources that are gained through this system. And instead of just giving you more training data as a drop or giving you more reconfiguration chips as a drop, they thought it would be kind of boring. And what they wanted to do was, well, institute a new shell. It would be more of a haptic feedback, tactile feedback response for you as a player to get this new shell that would give you resources instead of just increasing the drop rates, because that's a little bit boring and most players wouldn't even recognize that.
I also want to feel drop because the training data it's a number, so you cannot feel it's 1,000, it's 10,000, 2,000. You cannot really feel that. But we hope when we introduce this new training data shell, you can see, you get it, and it's rewarding because you know you get 5 of them, you get 50,000 of training data. You know that, so it's better than a useless red one. Even it's better than, because you sell a red one, you get 10K, let's say, then you get a gold training data shell, you get 20K. So you feel, oh, this is even better than some trash red one, right? Because the red one, if it's not perfect, you still want to sell it. So
directly right there, some of the responses was, maybe we'll put in a shell that sells for like 10K. Maybe we'll put in a shell that sells for like 20K or so. So when you get the new shell drop that's used specifically for recycling and gaining resources, you'll know and be happy that it happened. Well, the change went live, I don't know, a day and a half ago, and well, check out what it sells for here. It sells for 8,000 training data and still 1 to 4 reconfiguration chips. An old yellow shell, which has been removed from the drop rates, and this is only for Inferno, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, used to sell for 4K. So this is double what an old yellow shell would be, but I don't fucking feel a thing. This doesn't change anything. It's just cool. The yellow shells now sell for 4K more training data. And listen, yeah, you did something. Is it just objectively better than before? Sure. It's 4,000 more than before for a yellow shell. But there are so many problems with this, and this is, I don't understand. This is something that really, honestly, doesn't even change a damn thing. All right, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, if you go farm a stage like Inferno for a shell, because keep in mind, this is only for Inferno, you get about like 10K, you get about 10K training data per clear. And then on top of that, you'll get the yellow shell. Now it shows up in the drop rate. Good job, guys. And then you can still get the red shells, right? The drop rates has not changed for any of the red shells or the triple matrix shells. The red shells still sell for 5K. And these new yellow shells sell for 8K. This hasn't changed anything, though. because, well, instead of, you know, getting 10K and then selling your shell that was yellow for another 4K per run and getting 15K per run, you get like 10K and then you can sell your yellow shell for 8K if it happens. So that's like 18K a run. It's not even double what it was before. You don't even feel the change at all as a player in the game. I don't know why we went through all of this with the, oh yeah, players won't, no, we don't just want to double the drops of the raw training data for the different levels of Hell and Inferno for these different shell farms. You won't feel that. What you will feel for sure is just getting the fucking Dream Baa here and selling it for 4K more. No one feels that at all. And also, it only changes the training data a very negligible amount. You're getting 4K extra sometimes, mind you, because you'll still get some dog shit red shells all of the time as well. So you're getting probably on average 3K more training data for your 10 energy spent compared to before. That is such a drop in the bucket, it does not even matter. And let's touch on a couple of things real quick, because I don't want to just be like, this doesn't matter. Some of the reasons why it doesn't matter, you can see here is training data out of the big fuck up that is the economy of Etheria Restart when it comes to Etheria coins for stat checking modules and leveling modules and the drop rates for modules and the drop rates for shells and leveling shells and getting the abilities for shells. Out of everything that is messed the fuck up in the economy in this game, literally the one thing that honestly isn't even that big of a deal is the training data that you got from clearing the shell and selling your shells and leveling your shells. It's literally one of the only things that doesn't really hold you back that much, because you don't need to level 7,000 million shells. You can level, you know, what is this? 14, 15, 16. If you level like 20 shells, you're good to go. And I don't even have that many. The thing that really holds people back economy-wise in the shells is the abilities on shells. I don't want to ruin one on accident here. I think we're messing around with this shell here. So the thing that really holds people back isn't even the training data, it's the reconfiguration chips. So part of me was like, when we watched the interview and they were like, oh, you won't feel it if we just increase the training data that was received for Inferno. We want to put in a new shell. And I was like, okay, well, either they're going to really mess it up and make the shell sell for a ton of training data and mess it up and not have it give you any reconfiguration chips, or maybe they'll be really smart here and like the new shell will be a little bit rarer, but it'll sell for quite a bit of training data, 20K, 30K training data, and then maybe it'll give you more reconfiguration chips there as well. No, we didn't change any of that. It takes 12 reconfig chips to just re-roll one of these substats. And you guys, I don't need to sit here and re-roll it a bunch for you because we all know just how bad the RNG is on this. But we had it, hey, we got an upgrade. We had the ability to maybe improve on the economy a little bit more in this game when it comes to leveling shells, but we failed on so many fucking levels here, because not only is it only training data, it is such a negligible amount for people who are farming Inferno mode, because most people who are farming Inferno mode already have level 40 shells. Well, getting your shells to 40 is something that you're going to be doing on other difficulties, probably on Hell when they unlock. So you can unlock Hell and get some red shells here. These can go to level 40. Guess what doesn't drop in Hell? The new shells that increase your training data. What are we doing? There's nothing that doesn't fit. This doesn't change anything at all in this economy. You could have literally just made all difficulties, Nightmare, Hell, Inferno, just drop additional training data, 5K a run, 6K. Shit, if every difficulty just dropped 5K more training data per clear, that would literally be more training data per clear than we get from this change, because this is only plus 4K if it drops. So a lot of the times it's gonna be like plus 3.5K on average on Inferno, because you're gonna get a little bit of red drops in there too that are worth 5K. But the increase from 4 to 8K, you know, you're not gonna get it all of the time. So it's really like 3.5K a run. I don't understand what this is. Is it objectively a little bit better than before? Yes, the number's higher. but it's so irrelevant. The increase is so small. It's actually basically irrelevant for where you are at this point in the game when you're farming Inferno. You don't really need the training data. You need the other thing. You need the little chips, the reconfiguration chips. Players who need the training data, they need it on Nightmare, they need it on Hell. And no, you don't want to. Please do not. Also, if you're watching this, please do not put the Dream Baa as a drop in Nightmare and stuff, okay? Because there's yellow stuff that people are using. All right, right. Just take the Dream Baa out, right? And then just go back and add, dude, I don't give a fuck. Just go back and put like 5K more training data per clear, okay? Because this is such an irrelevant change to the economy in this game. This game is starting to kind of get on my last nerves, and I know a lot of you guys out there want me to touch on probably the new event that's been going on, the limited event, the Dreamscape. I saved one key. We're gonna make a video on that as well. And well, in that video, in the dev talk, they were like, well, we want to address the economy mainly with events. So I was holding out on maybe touching on this and seeing how this would affect the economy for us as well. And damn, is that going to be a doozy of a video as well. I'm going to go right into recording that one. God bless out there. I'll see you in the next one. And what are we doing, man? What are we doing?